Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Sheffield Wednesday. We have announced that we actually have signed a player, Laji Ramazani, and if you want to see a video about him explaining his abilities, his capabilities, and how he's going to fit into Leeds' team, then that video, of course, went out on the channel today at 12 p.m. So if you want to see that, feel free to go and check that out after the stream or tomorrow or whenever. But Leeds have made a signing. He's sat in the stands and he's watching on. And hopefully Leeds can do something to impress him and excite him about his new club. Because tonight we play against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday coming off the back of a 5-0 loss against Sunderland. And Leeds really hoping to take advantage of that and get their first win of the season. Thank you to everybody who's joined us already, including, of course, our Leeds Lately members like Robert Wetzel, Karen Curtin, and Chewy Backer as well. So welcome everybody, and welcome all of our other regulars like Martin Cook, Penny Lane, Goz, etc., etc. Ryan Tune, Robert King as well. Welcome everybody who has joined me so far. Mateo Joseph, of course, gets his start again up front against Sheffield Wednesday this time. Hopefully he can get himself on the score sheet and get that little bit of extra confidence in him if he can score a goal. Ryan Tune saying, how are you doing today? I'm good, thank you, mate. I'm really good. Hoping for a big performance from Leeds. Hope you're all well as well. If you want to talk about the lineup, here it is. Same lineup as against West Brom. Meslier in goal, Bogle and Firpo fullbacks, with Rodon and Strauch in the two centre-backs. Of course, those fullbacks will be expected to get high and wide and overlap. In the midfield, you've got Ampadu and Gruev, where perhaps you could have had Ampadu and Rothwell, or Gruev and Rothwell. I think it would have been a more positive move to have Rothwell in that midfield. But nevertheless, very good, solid midfield anyway. Then you've got James out on the right-hand side, who can obviously use his electric pace to try and get in behind. Not going to be that much space, though, so you may see him a little bit... you may see a substitution for him later on, perhaps, and maybe Aronson go out wide or something. But Nonto on the left as well, hoping to try and cut inside and create some chances. Aronson directly through the middle. We'll put it up again. Aronson directly through the middle, which is what I was calling for last time when we played against West Brom. I think Joel Perouche slowed everything down, and Aronson's the type of guy who potentially can keep things going a little bit faster. And Mateo Joseph, like I said before, leads the line for Leeds United. Ampadu, of course, captain. Hopefully Joseph gets on the score sheet, like I said. Only about 12 minutes now away from kickoff. Hoping for a big performance. It'd just be nice to get our first win of the season, put us on 5 points, calm everyone, have a sign-in, have a win, calm everyone down a little bit, bring in Ilan Cabal, bring in Roland Shalai, then I think we're all right, and potentially a left-back as well. Definitely a left-back as well. But if we can do those two, I'd be very, very happy. And I think we'd be in a good position to challenge for this league title. Hope everyone's doing okay. Welcome everybody who is joining now. Jeff Biss saying, Jeff here, Maastricht, hello all, I go for 2-2. Hopes for a 3-0 win for Leeds. John Garside saying, evening all, matching on together, has been a member for 7 months. So thank you so much, John, for your continued support and becoming a member for 7 months on the channel. Not long now before you get the next badge and the next kind of tier of the membership in terms of time served, almost. Andrew Baden saying the Ampadu Gruev access doesn't work for me. You need one positive and one defensive midfielder, not two. Whilst I agree with what you're saying, Andrew, I think in pre-season, Gruev basically showed that he could get forwards and actually go and actually score a goal. His free kicks have been better. I think he's got it in his locker to be a more attacking player than what we've seen from him. But it just remains with Daniel Farke to be a little bit more brave, to be more positive, and to play like we did in pre-season, because I think that's when you get the best out of that midfield duo. But like you say, if they are both sitting deep, that does present issues for us in terms of creating things and in terms of our ability to actually get the ball forward. Yeah, people mentioning about Bamford. If for those of you who don't know, Bamford is not on the bench, and that is because he has pulled his hamstring, so he's got a hamstring injury and he's not in there. I'll just get the lineup on the screen for the subs. That is so. because Bamford's not on the bench, this shows how thin our squad is without these extra players. Cairns and Darlow are both on the bench. DeBayo, Byram, Crew, Rothwell, Chambers, Peru, Gelhardt. Look, this is the issue. When you look at I'll put it on the screen again for those of you who are new. When you look at the actual lineup, the first 11, very strong side. You're bringing in Laji Ramazani as well, very, very strong side. When you look at the bench, without Patrick Bamford, you've got Cairns, Darlow, DeBayo. Oh, that's my dad. Cairns, let's go back. Oh, bloody hell. I'll just read him out to you. Cairns, Darlow, DeBayo, Byram, Crew, Rothwell, Chambers, Peru, Gelhardt. There's no game changers. This is the issue. There's no game changers on the bench. Rothwell can potentially change the game in terms of momentum, but he's not the type of player who's just going to get the ball and put it in the back of the net and revitalise the whole team. Joel Peru definitely can finish a chance, but he's not going to do anything himself without a creator. So this is why I want Ilan Cabal. This is why I want Ilan Cabal in that number 10 role. And yeah, that might be a good shout as well. Lasimuma is saying bench might be loans at the end of the window. Potentially. A couple of Premier League youngsters perhaps coming in on loan wouldn't be the worst thing ever to sit on our bench. And so, yeah, it's kind of remains to be seen what happens with that. But we need those couple of players. A number 8, Roland Shalai. If we sign Roland Shalai, if we sign Anselmo Garcia McNulty, if we sign Ilan Cabal, then you've got Aronson, who drops to the bench. Then you've got McNulty, who can be on the bench as a left-back option. You've got Ilan Cabal, comes in so that Aronson drops to the bench. And then you've got Laji Ramazani, who comes in on the left or right, which drops either one of those players that are currently in the starting lineup to the bench. So you've got a very, very good bench then when you start to look at it. Only need a couple of signings in that respect. John Garside saying, anyone think the new away kit looks similar to the Salzburg one? The thing is, the new away kit, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It looks a lot better on the players than it does on the pictures of it just on the hook. But it's not one I'll buy. It's not one I'll buy, that's all I'll say. Mick Doyle saying having a sneaky feeling Nonto is going to go and Ramazani is his replacement. I don't think so. I think Nonto seems like he's going to, and I'm hoping this. Nonto, I think it seems like it's been like told to him, this is your season, you're the star, you'll start nearly every game, you'll play out on that left-hand side. So Ramazani potentially might go out on the right-hand side or sometimes slip into that striker role. So who knows, really. But only about 5 minutes away from kickoff now. Treebacker saying not impressed with the away kit. Last year's was mint. Yeah, I do think our away kit last year and the third kit this year, there's no comparison. What was I going to say? Oh, Jeff Biss, Max, I read last week Ampadu being watched by Premier League teams. Probably is being watched by some lower-end Premier League teams, but Leeds are in a very strong position to say no to him going out now. And he's been made club captain. I think he's going to stay. I don't think Ampadu will be one of the ones going out to anybody else. We signed him only last year, and we're in a position where we don't need to sell him. We really are. I don't think Ampadu will be going anywhere. I'll be gutted if he did. I'd be absolutely gutted if he did. As well, let's just put that on there as well. Classic football shirts, link in the description. If you click my link, it's an affiliate link, so I'll get a small cut of whatever is paid for the shirt. And of course, there's loads of Leeds shirts on there. So if you use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout, you get 10% off there as well. Loads of old cool Leeds shirts with like Radaby on the back and things like that, the Strongbow ones and things like that anyway. So, fingers crossed there's no hidden minimum fee release clause. Yeah, well, I don't think there will because he's been signed after. He's got signed when the new ownership was in place. Freshly picked. Good, thank you, mate. I hope you're well as well. God61 saying Ampadu, the Welsh Warrior, will stay with Leeds. And at evening, Liam as well. Welcome to the stream. Really, really hoping for a positive performance and a positive result tonight. The result is the main thing, but I want to see a good performance as well. I want to see us play like we did in pre-season. Honestly, that is my that's my thing at the moment. That's what I'm getting a little bit annoyed at, is that Leeds aren't playing the way that they did against the pre-season sides. It's very, very frustrating to see when we can be so much more positive than we are. Players just in the tunnel now, lining up to go out. Barry Bannon's still playing for them, clinging on to what's left of his hair. Players are just heading out onto the pitch now. Junior Firpo, Pascal Strauch, Ilya Gruev, Joe Rodon, Jaden Bogle, Matteo Joseph, Nonto, Aronson, Dan James, all heading out the tunnel. Oh, we've got the same... Oh, no, we haven't. Sam Allison must be the fourth official. It's a different actual referee. Their kit looks very... very, like, 70s almost. Like, the way it looks, it just kind of looks like a proper old school kit. Don't hate it, to be honest. Apart from the awful betting sponsor. I think that is it, anyway. I think it's a betting sponsor. Don't quote me on that. Ooh, now I'm getting Heat Teen 70s. I'm getting a lot of nerves now towards this game. Really, really hoping for a big performance. Come on, Leeds. Laji Ramazani has been watching on. Beadle in goal for Sheffield Wednesday. Looks like Sky Sports think they're going to be playing a 5-4-1. Valentin at right back, Lowe at left back, and then you've got Bernard, Iorfa, and Valerie as the three central defenders. Leeds, of course, wearing that lovely yellow away shirt. Windass, Ingleson, Bannon, and Musaba are across the midfield, and then up front for Sheffield Wednesday is Lowe. Leeds fans in good voice there at Hillsborough. Subs, Charles, Palmer, Ugbo, Johnson, Kobaki, Ikewi, Smith, Fuzire, and somebody else who moved. I think it's... that guy's name escapes me. But of course, Leeds lineup. I'll put it on screen now. They're looking at it on Sky Sports. Melier, Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, Firpo. Then Ampadu and Gruev. Then ahead of them are James, Aronson, and Nonto, with Matteo Joseph up top. Leeds look like still having a little bit of a huddle here, a little bit of a conversation. Of course, Leeds' bench: Cairns, Darlow, Rothwell, Piru, Byram. Girlhart, DeBayo, Chambers, and Crew make up the rest of the bench. Not long now until kickoff. Danny Roll just looks on. The only loss in Sheffield Wednesday's last 10 Championship home results was against Leeds, 2-0. Crossman52 saying this is going to be a trust the process season. Let's start our winning ways here today. That's the kind of positivity we like, Crossman. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear people being positive, being upbeat, and being excited about Leeds United going ahead and trying to win this game tonight. Ethan Ampadu, captain in Leeds, for only, well, actually, no, permanently. Oh, God, the one time I forget to do the timer right on time. Oh, well. Here's Gruev. Gets it back off Nonto and then gets it forward into Mateo Joseph. Can he spread the ball out wide quickly? No, he can't. It's been cut out, but Ampadu still gets it to Bogle, so that's good from him. Bogle now to Dan James, whose pass is cut out, and it's going to bounce all the way back to Joe Rodon. Darren Hawkins with a similar sentiment. We need our season to start tonight. Come on, Leeds, marching on together from New Zealand. Yeah, similar sentiment, and really, really hoping for a positive result. Ampadu tries to send that one forward, but it's cut out. Here's Gruev, and now Mateo Joseph tries to spread a pass out to Dan James, and even for Dan James, that's a ridiculous pass for him to get to. No, Laji Ramazani is just in the crowd tonight watching on, Grumpy Old Man, and that is because he wasn't signed in time to play, and also he's literally had zero time to learn the system, learn any of the tactics or anything like that. Long ball forward here from the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. Gruev. Aronson with a lovely little chest touch and then knocked to the ground. And again, Aronson be a bit stronger there, but Musaba comes away with it down the left-hand side. Jaden Bogle in with a good slide-in challenge, and that's going to be a Sheffield Wednesday throw-in. Make sure, if you haven't already, you hit that subscribe button. We're doing really well at the moment, gaining subscribers. I'm uploading every single day. So make sure you show me some support, if you want, by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Not eligible till Hull game. When's the Hull game? I kind of only look at what the next fixture is. I don't look ahead of that. It's a throw-in now from the kind of the left wing position, and it looks like the number 8, Ingleson, for Sheffield Wednesday is going to attempt a really, really long throw. Hi, Lloydis. Welcome to the stream. It's actually a short throw, and now a chance to cross the ball in from Ingleson towards the back post. Headed away by Strout, but not out properly until Gruev, or it's actually Mateo Joseph could clear that one. And now Dan James is chasing down the goalkeeper, who is going to get there. Send that one all the way back over the top for Strouk to head back to Melia. Oh, no, he doesn't. He kind of slices at it. And now Firpo, that's not a foul in any way. And the player just dived on the floor there, and Firpo can clear it up the line. A little bit of panic in some of Sheffield Wednesday's play here in terms of when Leeds are actually pressing them. They look like they are going to struggle a little bit if we do actually press them. Bannon plays that one forward to Musaba, and then good tackle again by Bogle against the left back, and it's going to be a throw-in just in front of the halfway line on the Leeds side. Thrown back by the Sheffield Wednesday player, and now can go all the way back to the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. Now they're trying to play out from the back. Mateo Joseph trying to put a bit of pressure on. The ball lost there and won by Aronson. Aronson gets it back here. Can he play through Mateo Joseph? Mateo Joseph on the edge of the box. Gets it back to Aronson. Can Aronson play in Nonto? He can down the left-hand side. Tries to get it back across the box. Ball bouncing around in the box. Good save from the goalkeeper against Mateo Joseph's shot in the end. And it is going to be a Wednesday corner. Really, really good bit of play there from Brendan Aronson. Won the ball back and then did something with it. Played it to Mateo Joseph, who did lose it, but then Aronson did good feet to get a ball back to Nonto. Leeds just couldn't quite get a telling touch on that, but good positive play. And tell you what, it came from pressing. This is why pressing can be such a good weapon. Mateo Joseph closed down their centre-back. He wasn't even under that much pressure, but he fluffed his lines, and his clearance was terrible. It went straight to Aronson, and Leeds had a shot in the end from it. So, yeah, just it's possible for us to press and to do really well at it, and I want to see more of it. Strouk heads that one forward from the goal kick. I think it might have been a handball from Aronson when it bounced back, but now Sheffield Wednesday have the ball. Gruev does well to force that player back, and he goes all the way back to the centre-back again. See, this is where I want to see a little bit more pressing, because the ball's with the centre-back now for Sheffield Wednesday, and no one's really closing him down, and he's able to try and take his time and pick a pass, which he does to the left-back. All the way back to the goalkeeper now, outside his box, and then out to the other centre-back. This is the centre-back where I was saying he's an absolute unit, I think, the other day. I can't remember if it was a Sheffield Wednesday centre-back or a Huddersfield centre-back that was an absolute unit last season. Long ball down the line anyway. Bogle's having to chase here to get back on. Musaba, Bogle's been sent for an absolute hot dog, and then eventually manages to get back and block it anyway. Good feet there from the Sheffield Wednesday winger, but Bogle got absolutely sent there. Yeah, really good run. If you see that clip, if you're watching the live footage, when the ball came down the line to him, he just took a step back to make Bogle think he was going short for it, and then turned and ran down the line. It was really good wing play from him, but Bogle should probably know better than that. Ball comes in from the corner, then headed straight up in the air, back out to the actual taker again, and it's Bannon, and Bannon tries to volley that one across the box. It's headed away by Rodon, and now Gnonto can close it down as a long ball goes back to the goalkeeper. That's a foul. How on earth is that not a foul against Gnonto? The defender literally just put his arm round Gnonto's neck and pulled him to the ground. Long ball forward here from Sheffield Wednesday, kind of aimless, and Strout can pick that one up. Play it back to the goalkeeper again, Melier, and now here's Ampadu and back to Strout. Remember, guys, if a goal goes in at either end in this game, don't say anything until I've reacted to it, because I won't have seen it, and I like to try and keep the stream on the minimum delay possible, so that we can be as live as possible. So yeah, just don't say anything if a goal goes in until I've reacted, because it might spoil it for me. And as well, remember, if in the second half at around 60 minutes, if the stream goes off, just hang on a minute and I will be back. But for some reason, I've still got this intermittent problem with crashes whilst streaming, and only whilst streaming, which is what makes it very annoying. Wednesday, though, have a throw-in out on the right-hand side. Looks like it's going to be Ingleson to take it. Could potentially be a long throw in again, but it could be another little sort of deceptive move where they actually throw it short and put a cross in the box. But they are setting up as if it's going to be a long throw here. Just in line with the 18-yard box out on that right-hand side. It is a long throw in this time. Floated into the box, headed on by a Sheffield Wednesday player, but bounces past Melier's right-hand post very, very calmly in the end, and Leeds can pick the ball up for a goal kick. Good throw in, and I mean, if someone was alive to it at the back post, there's a potentially could have scored there. So we need to try and focus on the second balls when balls come in like that. Here's Ingleson winning the ball back for Sheffield Wednesday, but now Ampadu has it, and Gruev can come away with it. Firpo back to Strauch again. Strauch to Rodon. Rodon, Ampadu. Back to Rodon again, and then Strauch. Leeds looking for a way to get the ball forward here. Gruev's dropped into a left-back position and now gives the ball to Ampadu in a sort of singular holding role. Ampadu looks for a long ball forward here. Plays it up towards Dan James. Dan James with a lovely first-time ball into Jayden Bogle, and the ball comes across the box towards Aronson. Cut out by the centre-back, but really, really good play from Leeds there. Good long ball from Ampadu. Nice little touch into Jayden Bogle's path there by Dan James on the volley. And in the end, it was cleared out for a corner kick, but good bit of play from Leeds. I like to see that. I think this is what Largi Ramazani is going to offer you on the left-hand side as well, because I think Daniel James often is the, like, if Ethan Ampadu looks up and sees there's a pass on out on the right-hand side, it's like, oh my God. Leeds have taken 112 corners and not scored from one. Pascal Strout really close there, but his 50p head missed the goal. Leeds have taken 112 corners and not scored one. That was a really good short corner there, and God, he got to finish that. Dan James has definitely improved his crossing, although that did take a heavy deflection off Barry Bannon. Actually made it a better cross than it would have been. I think it was just slightly behind Strauch, and that's why he couldn't direct it on target, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that. Bogle heads that one back forward, and now Aronson tries to... Oh, Aronson, can he win it? He does win it. Well done, Aronson. And now Mateo Joseph tries to flick it back towards Bogle. He probably should have gone safe there. But in the end, Sheffield Wednesday come away with the ball. Here's the left back for them, looking for an option down the line, and he plays a long ball. Strauch's going to be able to shield that one back to Melier. Well done. Here's Rodon bringing it out to Bogle. Bogle with a long ball forward to Mateo Joseph. Look, Mateo Joseph didn't get his touch in there, but Leeds are looking a lot more positive to try and actually get the ball forward here. And it shows you as well, I think we were trying to play a little bit more conservatively against West Brom at last weekend. I think coming into this game, you expect us to go a bit more attacking, and it does look like that's what we're doing. Here's Rodon. Nice ball out to Dan James, who's come short for it. Goes back to Rodon there when really I would have picked out Ampadu. It was a short pass, and he probably could have played the ball forward again. And again, we have to go backwards now. But there's some positive signs here in the opening sort of 11 minutes. Here's Rodon. Ampadu. Back to Strauch again, but Leeds are further up the pitch now. Here's Gruev in a left-back position, but like way up the pitch, if you get what I mean, because Firpo's ahead of him. Now Ampadu picks it up in the centre. He's got a bit of space to run into. Drops it off to Aronson, who's come deep, and now out to Bogle. Goes one more outside to Dan James, and then into Aronson, who he's got to be stronger. Go and win it back, Aronson. Oh, Ampadu does, and the ball unfortunately goes all the way through to the goalkeeper rather than dropping for Mateo Joseph anywhere near the box. Oof. Remember, guys, if you haven't already, hit that big red button. Ball with the Sheffield Wednesday centre-backs now, and they tried to play the ball out. Good pressure from Rodon there, and then Bogle forcing them backwards, and Bogle's won it back for Leeds. Here is Bogle. Gives it to Dan James. Dan James tries to play a ball across the box. It's gone past everyone, unfortunately, and out comes the other side with Sheffield Wednesday looking to come forward, but good little block there, and Firpo puts an end to that move before it even starts. But Leeds, again, getting the ball forward and, again, pressing. Bogle coming forward and winning that ball really quickly. He's done so well for Leeds there, and then it's not a bad ball from Dan James, but it just needs to... See, it is quite a bad ball, actually. I'm going to say that. It is quite a bad ball. It needed to be in front of all those players for them to attack it, and it's kind of in between them all. It's kind of straight at them. It needed to be in front of them to run onto from Dan James, but maybe he just mishit it slightly. Here's Bogle. Turns on it and gives it to Rodon now. Now Strauch. Now Gruev out on that left-hand side. Gives the ball to Firpo, who comes back. Now Nonto, back to Firpo again. And then all the way back to Rodon, who is about 15, 20 yards inside the opposition half, so we're not too deep, even though it's with the centre-backs. Now Strauch on the halfway line, and Rodon picks it up again. Ampadu, nice little short pass into him, and then out wide to Bogle again in the right-back role. Here's Dan James. Tackled, but it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Oh, hold on a second. How on earth is that a Wednesday throw-in? Yeah, been a lot more positive, guys. I will say that. Been a lot more positive. I think Daniel Farke's having a little bit of a tizzy on the sideline over what that decision was, and I'm not surprised because it was almost 100% a Leeds throw-in. Here come Wednesday then, playing out from the back. Long ball forward here. Instantly goes out for a throw-in. Can you see how a bit of pressure, and they, to put it in a more polite turn of phrase, they wet the bed rather than the other one, the sugar honey iced tea one. But as soon as we put a bit of pressure on, they panic, they send the ball long. We either win it back, it goes out for a throw-in, or we intercept it. It's like... It can really, really be effective against teams like this who aren't that comfortable on the ball. Here's Bogle. So Dan James and gets it back, and now Rodon again. Back to Melier. And now Strauch. He's got a couple of players pressing him, but manages to get the ball to Gruev, and now Firpo. Here's Strauch. He's going to have to send that one down the line. Won by that defender, and now Sheffield Wednesday have the ball back. That's a really nice little bit of a flick there from Sheffield Wednesday, and the ball forward, and oh, they were so close to picking that up inside the box here. Here's Masaba up against Bogle. Bogle does really well to recover there and blocks that one out for a Leeds throw-in, but Leeds need to be careful there. It was a simple 1-2, but it was a really effective one. Yeah, Strauch gets sucked in. Strauch gets sucked in way out of his position, and then they're able to go past him then. Bogle nearly got skinned again, but he just manages to get a foot there and block that one. Yeah, Masaba just tries to get it in the box, and Bogle just gets a foot there. It's really good defending in the end. Here's Windass. Puts the ball into the box and headed away by Strauch. And it's going to be another... it's actually going to be another Wednesday throw-in. Strauch telling Gruev who to mark there. Somebody needs to come and mark Windass at the back post. Firpo's not really looking at him. I hope he knows he's there. Long throw-in comes in then. Headed away by Dan James, I think it was in the end. Now Bannon, back out wide again to Ingleson. Nonto's trying to press, trying to get a... Oh, we back? We back. Just throw it. It's a free kick then for... a free kick for Barry Bannon out on the left-hand side. Ball put into the box towards the back post, headed by a Sheffield Wednesday player. Ball bobbling about in the box, and Meslier comes out with a very unorthodox punch, and now Mateo Joseph tries to sprint out there, but it's going to be a Wednesday throw-in again. I don't know what Meslier is doing there, really. I just maybe think he doesn't know what's around him. Unsighted by a couple of players, maybe, but he could have, I think, could have caught that and dived on it. I don't know why he punched it away. Long throw-in comes into the box. Meslier kind of flaps at it again there, but it's been cleared by Leeds. Here's Ingleson with the ball back down the line for the left-back, who tries to cross it in. He gets it into the box, away by Ampadu well, though. Headed back towards the box there, but Mateo Joseph is going to have to try and be strong here against Lowe, who Leeds do manage to get the ball away in the end. Here's Ampadu with a long ball forward. He's trying to pick out Nonto, but it's not accurate enough. Firpo can win the second ball, though. He's done really well there, Firpo. Now Gruev and Strauch, and hopefully Leeds should be able to calm down a little bit and have some possession. Here's Bogle. Now Aronson. Oh, poor touch from Aronson, and Bannon's taking it away from him. Good tackle from Ampadu. Now Bogle wins it back. Here's Mateo Joseph. Drops it back off to Ampadu, who plays it all the way back to Strauch. Sometimes I just wish Ampadu was a bit more positive. He's a very good midfielder. He's a very good player for the Championship. Sometimes I just wish he was a bit more positive, a bit more confident to go forward. Not always, just when the moment's right, just take the risk and go forward. He doesn't really tend to do it very much. Here's Gruev. Nice ball into Nonto. Nonto barged off the ball there, but judged fair by the referee. Now Gruev. Back to Nonto. Here's Dan James on the edge of the box, and now it is offside in the end against Leeds, and it's going to be a free kick to Wednesday. Very frustrating, because that was a half-decent move from Leeds there, after a little bit of pressure from Wednesday. Yeah, Nonto was offside in that move. Beadle then is going to take this goal kick. Headed away by Joe Rodon. Now Strauch. Yeah, good shout, Goz. Hit the like button, everyone. If you haven't already, smash that like button. We've got 87 people in the chat and only 39 likes, so let's try and get that higher. If you haven't already, see that button, just Click it. It helps me out. Thanks. Here's Strauch now. 36% possession to Sheffield Wednesday, 64% to Leeds. Here's Bogle. Thanks, Penny. Now Ampadu. Looking forward here now. But has to go backwards. Gives the ball to Strauch. Strauch's got a bit of space to carry it into here. And now he plays the ball out wide to Gruev, who's taken that left back role again. Now Rodon on the halfway line. Again, back to Strauch. Gnonto can come short for it here and get it. But again, there's not really that much ahead of him. Here's Mateo Joseph. Now Firpo. Now back to Gnonto again. What can he do with it? Drops it off to Rodon, and Rodon can now play it out wide to Jayden Bogle. Bit of a chance to maybe get the ball in the box here if Bogle can get runners beyond him. He cuts inside here and manages to get the ball to Gnonto. Gnonto maybe believes that he was fouled in the box there, but here's Ampadu to pick it back up again, and Ampadu shoots. Oh, it drops to Mateo Joseph inside the box, but it just cannons off his knee and rolls through to Beadle in goal. We've got Gnonto and Ampadu now down on the ground. Yeah. Gnonto's gone down after that challenge on him in the box after he played the ball through. Bit of a kind of collision with Lowe. Don't know if there's much in it enough for it to be a penalty. Let's have a look. I mean, Andy Hinchcliffe again. Absolutely not a foul, not a penalty. I mean, it's arguable. VAR may have had a look at it. Ampadu's back up on his feet and so's Gnonto, so Leeds are all right here. As long as it's an odd number of times you've hit it, then it's all right. Laji Ramazani watching on in the crowd with some very swanky glasses and a chain that has his initials on it. Long ball forward here from Sheffield Wednesday from that goal kick or free kick, whatever it was inside the box. Ball comes forward again, though, after Firpo has a bit of a weird one, and then don't know what the hell that was from the Sheffield Wednesday player as he kind of slices the ball over the bar from a crossing position. Here's Meslier to Rodon. Now Bogle. Down the line here for Dan James. Lovely little flick into Aronson. Aronson plays it inside to Gnonto. This is a fantastic move from Leeds. Gnonto plays it back. Here's Mateo Joseph in on goal. He's been taken down. Brendan Aronson! 1-0 Leeds! That is exactly what we wanted to see. Wasn't I calling for Brendan Aronson in the West Brom game? Wasn't I calling for Aronson to be that guy, to go and sit in the number 10 and be the one who can carry the ball? Really, really good, well-worked goal from Leeds. 1-0 up at Hillsborough after we really, really deserved to score. Excellent play from Leeds. Excellent play from Brendan Aronson. So good. So, ball comes out to Rodon. He plays it to Bogle. Down the line to Dan James, and his little flick to Aronson is excellent and plays the ball into Gnonto, and then Gnonto's pass inch perfect to Mateo Joseph, who just turns back and gets taken out, and then Brendan Aronson puts it right in the back of the net. Really, really good from Aronson to turn and then put the ball in the net. Excellent stuff. It's actually a fantastic tackle, that one from the Sheffield Wednesday defender, I think. I think he got the ball there, and then Brendan Aronson puts it on his left foot and then curls it in the back of the net. Really, really good. Well done, Brendan Aronson. Well done, Willie Gnonto. Well done, Dan James. Well done, Mateo Joseph. All that were part of that move. Really, really good play from them. And do you see what I mean about that? Just that. So the moment where Dan James flicked it to Brendan Aronson was the moment that goal was made. Because it's that little let's go. It's that moment that we haven't been having. It's that little, oh, we've beat a man. We can now go. They're all out of position. Did you see, like, the moment he flicked it, all of the players went, and they all set off on a run. And that is exactly what we need. And that's what a number 10, a new number 10, offers you so many more of those chances to do that than what our current kind of situation is. And also, Laji Ramazani is going to offer that because he's so explosive. Here's Firpo coming forward again. Firpo is wiped out and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. I mean, look, it's only been, what, a minute and a half since we scored, but we do seem like we're still being positive. Firpo got wiped out there as he tried to play that ball, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. But as I was saying, Laji Ramazani, I did the video today. If you haven't seen it already, watch it after the stream or at halftime or whenever you get a chance. Laji Ramazani is a very explosive player. He's the type of player who can receive the ball to feet and just nutmeg someone and go and explosively set off the mark. And it can really, really start moves. And you can see when something like that happens, everybody makes that move to run forwards. And it's really, really good to see. Free kick now for Leeds. A couple of players stood over it. Brendan Aronson and Ilya Gruev. Looking like they're going to be ones to try and put it in the box. Brendan Aronson shoots. Not a bad shot, though. Not a bad shot from Brendan Aronson from that free kick. Just past the kind of near post. Yeah, he's just trying to sneak it in that bottom left corner, isn't he? But the goalkeeper, Beadle, I think always had it covered. It was quite far out, but not a bad effort. Leeds fans going a bit balmy now in the away end. Hopefully we kind of keep this up and score another. How old is Beadle, by the way? Somebody Google it for me. How old is Beadle, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper? Because he looks very young. He looks like he's only about 18. Nonto's going to get himself a yellow card here, even though that was a... From here, it looked like a decent challenge. But then I am a couple of 100 miles away, so... Yeah, he did completely miss the ball there, to be fair, Wilfred Nonto. It's his first yellow card of the season after 3 games. That's not very... It's not very Nonto-like. He's taken quite a way to get it. 21. He looks younger than that. Thing is, Penny, I actually don't know how old you are, so like I can't tell if that is a joke or not. Ball down the line here, a quick free kick, and the ball taken into the box. It's actually dropped to the edge. The shot, it's blocked well there by Leeds, but really an opportunity to for Sheffield Wednesday to shoot there, and Leeds are a little bit all at 6s and 7s here, but it is going to be offside, and Leeds are going to be able to get a free kick here. What t-shirt am I wearing? I am absolutely red hot, and I cannot keep this jumper on any longer. Oh, we're playing again. We're out from the back. Here's Pascal Strout with the ball down the line. And I think Mateo Joseph might have handballed it there, but the referee's just going to allow it to... Is he going to allow it to play on? No, it's going to be a free kick to Wednesday. Ball now with Beadle. What do you mean, Jeff? Long ball down the line there from Sheffield Wednesday. Headed away by Firpo, but it's going to be a throw-in to Wednesday. Just about halfway inside the Leeds half. Oh. Well, I mean, technically, Jeff, I'm not in public. I'm literally in my office in my house, so technically I'm in the comfort of my own home. Here's Sheffield Wednesday trying to play it out from the back. A bit of an aimless ball forward. But Leeds in the end are going to be able to get a throw-in. He was 20 last month. Yeah, he does seem very young, doesn't he? Emmett Oliver, welcome to the stream, mate. Hello, everyone. I'm late to the party. My first show up so far this season. Yeah, I'll be marking you down for that, Emmett, at the end of the season. You'll be getting fines. Oh, great little flick there from Nonto, and now Firpo can play it forward into Nonto himself, and then Yeah, it didn't quite work out there. Nonto fouled, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick just inside the Leeds half. But just something didn't quite click with that counter-attack, with that move there. Here's Bogle. Gets it back again, and now down the line to Dan James. Brendan Aronson is being involved in a lot of this attacking play. He's doing well here. Here's Musaba who picks it up, but Leeds can win it back again. Again, Sheffield Wednesday come forward. That must have hurt Bogle. It hit him right in the side of the head, but now Aronson has it and brings it forward. Here's Dan James on the corner of the box on the right-hand side. Tries to play it across, and it's cleared away there by Wednesday. Good tackle there by Strauch. And now Dan James with it. Dan James is going to shoot from miles out, kind of cannons off a couple of players and rolls harmlessly through to the goalkeeper. I really thought Brendan Aronson was going to score Dow. I thought he was going to score when the ball came through to him for the actual Aronson goal. I really thought it was going to be a goal then. Yeah, I think Rodon's been better tonight. I think everyone has. I think everyone is immediately more positive. Here's Bogle. He's having to come all the way back and play a ball back to Meslier, which he's going to have to deal with his right foot. Aronson wins that header against Bannon, but it doesn't really go to anyone apart from the Sheffield Wednesday centre-back. Ball all the way back to Beadle again. Looking for an option here. He's going to chip it out to the left-back. No one really marking him, so Dan James is going to have to come back here and help out Bogle potentially. Here's Musaba coming down that left-hand side up against Bogle again. Can Bogle get... He does get a block again. Bogle's doing really well against Musaba. It keeps looking like Musaba's beat him for pace, but every single time Bogle manages to get a foot in and stop the cross. Here's Ampadu. Long ball forward with his left foot, and it's just way too much on it over everyone. Maybe that's just a symptom of it being his weak foot. Yeah, imagine if Aronson had finished that. Imagine how much more positive we'd all be. We'd have won the first game, drawn the second, and be winning the third. We're a lot more positive, wouldn't we, by now? That's a free kick there to Sheffield Wednesday, by the way. Now with the left centre-back of Sheffield Wednesday. You know, they did say that Sheffield Wednesday would be playing a back three, but it doesn't actually really look like that. Looks like a back four. Here's Beadle. Ball out to his left centre-back. Bannon's dropped short for it, but he goes wide out to the left-hand side instead. Terrible from Musaba, and now Nonto can pick it up. Nonto comes forward with it. Looking for options. Should have played it earlier perhaps, but still gets the ball to Dan James. Good tackle in the end by Lowe, I think it is. Bogle's been done there, and now they can come forward with it. Here's Ingleson, but won there by Leeds, and then Bogle does really well to get that ball back. Ampadu, now Strauch. And Leeds have safe possession again. Well, do you know what? Let's just hope we do an Invincibles Championship season. Can you imagine? Ampadu. Nice little ball out wide to Jayden Bogle. Has he got options ahead of him? Not really, so he goes backwards to Gruev. Now Aronson, who's dropped deep again. Look, I'm happy with Aronson's performance, you know. I'm liking the way that he's dropping in deep, trying to come and pick up the ball, trying to get involved in the play, then going back forward again, being involved in those little close control, little 1-2 touch passes. I'm enjoying the way that Brendan Aronson's playing at the moment. He's ticking a lot of boxes for number 10. Here's Bogle with a long ball forward towards Mateo Joseph. Can he use his strength here, Joseph, to keep the ball in play? And in the end, I think he puts it out for a goal kick. Tries to play it off the Wednesday defender, who, to be fair, is a big target. And in the end, it goes out for... That's a great flick from Dan James. Just watching the replay of the goal. Really good flick from Dan James, and it just sets the whole thing off. Sheffield Wednesday are coming inside the box now here, and Mellier's caught it, but it was a worrying thing to cut back to after a replay. Here's Aronson, almost in a right-back position at the moment. Gives it back to Gruev. Now Aronson. Yeah, I'd love it if Joseph could score. Ampadu. Strauch. Back to Rodon again. Now Bogle. Here's Rodon. Now Bogle again. Goes past his player but has to drop it back off to Rodon yet again. Now Melier comes forward with it and gives it... Well, he hasn't given it yet. Now he gives it to Ampadu. Ampadu's got a chance to have a look up here and see what he wants to do. He's giving it to Gnonto, who's dropped deep. He's got Firpo wider and further ahead of him, and he does give it to him. Back to the halfway line, though, with Ampadu, and now in the Leeds half of the centre circle is Rodon, who plays it out wide to Jayden Bogle. 35 minutes in, and Leeds have already had double the amount of touches inside the opposition box than we did against West Brom. We had 6 in the whole game against West Brom touches in the opposition box. We've had 12 this game. Here's Gnonto, carries it forward again. Firpo, back to Gnonto, into Mateo Joseph, back to Gnonto again, and now Gruev looks for a pass. Back to Ampadu. Can he go forward here? No, but Gruev is on, and now he can play it out wide to Bogle. Moves calmed down a little bit, but Bogle with a weird little false Trivella thing there that just didn't really work in the end. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in the end. He said that like 18 months ago, Mark. Like, nobody wants to get rid of him. Here's Dan James, tries to flick it on. Can't quite, but Leeds do win the ball back. Here's Gruev. Nice ball to Mateo Joseph on the edge. Holds it up well and then gives it to Ampadu. Now Firpo tries to play it inside, but it does drop fortuitously here for Gruev, who dropped it back off again for Rodon. Kind of these meticulous passing patterns, trying to just open up a space to penetrate this defence here. Here's Gruev. Now Strauch. Ampadu. Now out wide to Junior Firpo and back to Ampadu again. Leeds slowly being forced backwards here. You want to try and push them a little bit like that. Good ball from Bogle. Out wide to Dan James. Dan James tries to cross it into the box. It's past everyone, but it's bouncing inside the box and headed away by Barry Bannon. Ball back from Aronson to Strauch now. Now Joe Rodon. Good ball into Mateo Joseph. Now Firpo. Out wide to Brendan Aronson. Perhaps now's the time to try and get a ball into the box. Strauch. Rodon. Strauch again. Great ball into Mateo Joseph. Brendan Aronson now cutting inside, looking for a pass. Ampadu. Gruev. Jayden Bogle. Dan James curls a ball in. Great ball from Dan James. Headed away, but it's inside the box still. Here's Mateo Joseph, who's shot cannons off a Sheffield Wednesday player, and it goes out to the left-back position. Can Dan James press and win the ball back here? He's going to try and clear it, and he does clear it in the end, the Sheffield Wednesday player, but only as far as Rodon, so Leeds can come forward again. Yeah, he wanted to go a year ago. We know that. But then he was convinced to stay, and now I'm pretty sure he's happy staying. So, I don't know. It's old news that he wanted to go. At the moment, everybody's happy with him. As long as he stays and he plays the way he's playing tonight, which I'm very impressed with the way he's playing. Like that. Great ball out wide to Jayden Bogle. Then we're all happy for him to be here. Bogle, his pass is just cut out there. Not good enough. It was a bit of a lazy pass, and Dan James has to go backwards here to Rodon. Here's Dan James again. Rodon. Here's Ampadu now. Oh, Ampadu, come on. Again, a bit of a lazy pass. We're getting a bit lethargic, and now they've got a chance to come forward. Here's Musaba. Ampadu really trying to get back here alongside Gruev. And that's actually going to be a Leeds ball there. No free kick or anything. Leeds win it back. Here's Aronson. Should never have let that go in the end. What? That doesn't... Can you write that again, Mark, and make it make sense? And then I will respond, because I don't understand what... Didn't text use last year. I don't know what you're talking about. Here's Nonto. Now Rodon. Strauch. Ampadu. Rodon again. Back to Ampadu. Gruev back to Ampadu, and then all the way back to Melier now. Here's Rodon. Little clipped ball forward. Oh, it is a good ball. It's gone to Bogle. Oh, it's just past him. Goalkeeper Beadle is able to come and collect that one in the end, but a very good idea from Rodon, and nearly got Bogle through on goal. Sometimes nice, isn't it, having a Friday night game, because you can have the game, for me, do a match reaction, and then it's like, okay, right, we can go back to transfers now, and the weekend isn't going to be as stressful or sad, depending on whether we win or lose. Here's Nonto. Oh, Leeds nearly win the ball back, but it's gone out wide to the right-hand side again. Valentin tries to go down the the right-hand side, and Gruev does really well to stop him there. And Firpo's come away with it, but he's being pulled back there, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. "'Cause you is a clown. Never commented last year on here. Again, incorrect facts." Again, that literally makes no sense. Try again. Here's Melier. To be fair, at least Clive T can put together a coherent sentence. Ball out wide here towards Masaba. He's going to be able to keep that one in. Jaden Bogle up against him. Now Barry Bannon tries to cross it into the box, away by Ampadu. I'm watching the game. Good header away by Firpo there, but again, Sheffield Wednesday tried to come forward, having a little bit of an attacking spell just before half-time. Leeds need to try and weather it. Away by Bogle, good header from him. Can Dan James pick that one up? It's up in the air again. Brendan Aronson wins it, and then Ampadu. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds in the end. Mark Shinners, you can't read "never commented on here last year, understand." That still makes no sense. Nobody has any idea what you're talking about. This is the clue, right? If everybody else doesn't know what you're talking about, but you do, and you think everybody else should, I think that's where the problem lies. Here's Melier. Now Strauch. Put it all together in one sentence. Like, try that. Put it all together in one paragraph, Mark. Tell me what you mean. About Nonto, about him wanting to leave. Put it all in one paragraph. Make sure it makes sense grammatically so that we can genuinely understand it. And I will respond to it. But, like, genuinely, it makes no sense what you're writing. Here's Melier. Now Ampadu, back to Melier, and now Rodon. Ampadu can carry it forward now. Welcome to Vares Marias, or Maresh. Good ball into the box there from Firpo, and Dan James and Matteo Joseph. Nobody said that you did comment on here last year, Mark. Nobody said that. Tim Raybold saying, by the way, Max, loving your scout reports recently on the updates on transfers. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I've been enjoying doing those. I'm trying to make sure I upload every day. Yeah, there's plenty of links that we've been having plenty of links that we've been having at the moment, so there's plenty of exciting players to talk about and have a look into their kind of backgrounds and do a scout report on them, so I'm glad you're enjoying them. Munchy Toy saying that bloke's so negative he should be sponsored by Kodak, which is a great joke. Really enjoyed that one. Justin Odell, good afternoon, Max. Just joining now. Thanks again for the commentary. Yep, no worries, mate. Welcome to the stream. Just joined us as we're hopefully about to go into the halftime break. 1-0 up through what was a really, really good and well-worked counter-attacking goal. Long throwing forward here. Headed away by Sheffield Wednesday, and now they can come forward with it. We've got a few players on this counter-attack here, and Joe Rodon's going to try and go tight, and the ball is played out wide to Masaba now, up against Jaden Bogle. Ball dropped deep to Barry Bannon. Out wide now on the opposite side. The ball's been spread out by Sheffield Wednesday. Can Leeds weather this storm? Only about 40 seconds left to go of this first half. There was 2 minutes added on and we're 30 seconds in. Ball out wide again. Left back cuts inside, plays the ball to the centre, and now Strout can get a foot in and clear, but it doesn't get very far. Here's Masaba who picks it up again. Good little turn from him and tries to play it into the box. It's gone towards the back post and the ball's flicked back, but it is going to be offside against the Sheffield Wednesday player there, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Mark, I'm not 5 years old, so geek isn't an insult. I'm a massive geek. I'm a massive nerd. I love loads of nerdy stuff, and I don't really care because I'm an adult, so geek isn't really an insult. Tool, all right. If you think that, but you're the one who can't put a sentence together. So you're going mental about something, saying that you never commented on last year. Nobody said you did. All we said was Nonto said that he wanted to leave last year. He hasn't left. He's convinced to stay. He seems happy now. He seems like he's going to be one of the stars of this team. Everybody else is happy for him to stay. For some reason, you came in here spouting off about trying to make him leave. Nobody really knows what you're talking about. Chill out. Chill out. Go and do something else. Right. Anyway. Yeah, he said geek. Anyway. I'm going to have a quick, who is it? Is it CB? I always forget who it calls it a comfort break, but a little comfort break, and I'll be back in a second to talk about what was a much more positive first half. Enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. By the looks of it, we won against that strange person who came in the chat. Hello. Yeah, it's Chewy. It's Chewy that says comfort break. I've got to remember that. Anyway. No, I didn't get my PC sorted out. Justin, still got no idea. I've tried loads of different things. Hopefully it doesn't happen. If it does, I'll just turn it back on again. Good defending, White Swan said. Yeah, I think Jayden Bogle at times has looked as though he's gonna be like one step behind and not quite get to the ball or something, but in the end he always seems to manage to make it and manage to get a foot in and stuff. So I think he's done well. I think he's done well going forward as well. Jayden Bogle, I think what he's done is he's pressed well and he's won the ball back on the counter-attack and stuff, so that's good. We'll go through the rest of the comments and I'll talk about general thoughts on that first half. Not happy with that half. I'm happy with the half, not over the moon, but happy, yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. Rad Music Chat, welcome Ben, saying 109 in the building and not even 70 likes. Yeah, 80. Well, at the moment, 85 people in the stream, so make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Get it up to the same amount, at least, as people that are in the stream. AO saying it's 1-0 at half-time is a good result, and hopefully we'll kick on to score more goals in the next 45 minutes. Let's go 3-0. Hopefully. And I just want to see Mateo Joseph get himself a goal. He needs it for his confidence. He needs to get off on the start of that kind of goal scoring journey this season. Justin Odell saying, so I'm American here, been in Leeds since I was 30 now. I'll be coming over for my honeymoon in October. Does anyone have any suggestions of where to go? I'm sure people can put some suggestions in the chat. I'm not massively familiar with the things surrounding Leeds. The only times I've ever been to Leeds is literally just to Elland Road. Like I drive to Elland Road, I park up, I watch the game, get in my car and drive home again. I've never actually explored the Leeds area particularly, although apart from when I've got the train to watch Leeds. There's a weird bug in my room. Apart from when I've got the train to watch Leeds and then got the bus from the city centre to the ground. But yeah. Wonderful as long as this score stays the same or improves. Yeah, people just talking to Justin. Justin saying I'll be starting off in Keswick. That's where we got engaged. That's not too far from where I live. It's really nice Keswick, and there's that weird Museum of Illusions there that you can go and see, and I think there's a pencil museum as well if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, it's got some nice stuff around there. 2-week road trip. I'm definitely going to catch a match at Elland Road. Chewy Backer saying, I think Bogle knows how the guy is going to cross. He does, and he does seem to have has his number every time, doesn't he? And just manages to get a foot there. Emmett Oliver saying Gruev isn't doing anything wrong. Tidy. Yeah, Gruev's a very tidy player, and I do think that he's actually having instruction to drop into that left back role, which allows Firpo to go higher up. And I think what it's doing is allowing Leeds a little bit more control over the game, having him in there, and having Firpo a little bit higher up the pitch to try and pin them back. Lassimuma is saying our press looked really good, at least for 10 minutes. Yeah, it was fits and starts, wasn't it? There was definitely times in that game in that half, where the press looked really good. We'd win the ball back high up, or we'd force them to make a mistake and get the ball back and go on a good kind of counter-attack. So I think I think we pressed well at times. I'd like to see more pressing. Oh my God. Do you know those videos where you're just watching a normal video and then like the spider jumps at your phone, jumps at the camera, and it looks like it's going to come out of your phone, so you jump? There was literally one of them on an advert where a guy threw a dodgeball, and I went like that, somehow thinking it was going to hit me in the face because I wasn't quite concentrating. Anyway, yeah, people just telling Justin where's good places to go. But yeah, I would say Aronson looks motivated this season. I'm starting to believe he could do well in the Championship. Hopefully we can hold this lead and get more players in next week. Yeah, Aronson, look, I think he's doing everything that I want from a number 10 today. He's linking things up. He's coming deep and getting the ball. He's playing the ball forward. He's not necessarily like the best passer of the ball in the world, which is kind of what lets him down a little bit. But today I've seen no issues with him, and I think he's been really, really good. So for me so far, let's say our half-time, my man of the match is Brendan Aronson and Wilfred Gnonto as well. I think Gnonto's been excellent cutting in off that left, trying to make things happen. Dan James has been good. Honestly, I can't really fault anyone. I don't think anyone's had a poor game. I think Meslier, look, has potentially flapped at a few things, could have punched things a little bit more or maybe caught things properly and hasn't. But nothing's gone wrong with it. Nothing's gone wrong with it too much, so that's not the end of the world. Where were we? That's a very Yorkshire joke, CB, but I actually have been there, so I got it too. But what were we saying then? Aronson. Oh, yeah, I'm happy with Aronson. Happy with a lot of the players. I don't think anyone's particularly doing anything wrong. But Meslier could be a little bit more confident when he's coming out and punching it. Somebody said, oh, yeah, it was White Swan. Aronson and Piroux could not be more different. And absolutely. It's not like for like in any way, is it? So I'm not entirely sure why Farker was trying to play him there, really. Piroux, that is. Because this doesn't really fit. I did say when I talked about Laji Ramazani, and of course, like I said, that video's out on the channel as of 12 p.m. today, talking about him. Laji Ramazani is one of them where I think he needs a number 10 to really thrive. But he's explosive, he's quick off the mark, he's able to go past a player, and I think he's going to be really, really good for Leeds if he can have somebody in that midfield, in that number 10 role, really supplying him with chances. He will create some of his own as well, but I think somebody needs to give him the ball in a good areas. And Ilan Cabal, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I want Ilan Cabal in. And Brendan Aronson at the moment is doing really well in there, but I think you need more than one option. Now, someone said the other day that you shouldn't have a number 10 and more than one number 10. But I don't think that's the case necessarily. Number 10, yeah, it is a very specialist position, but you can definitely have more than one number 10 at the club. And I think if you have Brendan Aronson and Ilan Cabal there, you can play Brendan Aronson out on the wing. You can play him through the middle when you need to. I think it gives you options. It certainly gives you options. No worries, AO. I'm just going to have a little check up on it, actually, see how well it's doing. Because do you know what's weird? All these potential signings. Hold on, let's have a look at this. YouTube Studio. All these potential signings, right? Talk about Ilan Cabal. That's 4,900 views. Manuel Benson, 3,300 views. Talking about which four signings might sign. 5,648. Leeds need to sign this number 10. So that was about that number 10 from the Dutch league. 4,300. Jack Clark, 6,700. All of those are potential signings. When we actually sign a player, it's on 9 out of 10, as in like the 9th worst performing out of the last 10 videos uploaded. And it's not even reached 1,000 yet. It's on about 800. So it's kind of weird how everyone's like, potential signings, potential signings, potential signings. And then when we do get one, it's like, right, done. On to the next one. On to the next one, quick. But yeah, hopefully Laji Ramazani comes good, and we need another player to come in and help him out, I think. Piroux has been pretty average since we signed him, says Darren Hawkins. And yeah, I think he has. Oh, wow. What a goal from Granit Xhaka against Mönchengladbach. If anyone sees that on Sky Sports, the replay of that goal, what a finish that is. Absolute belter from miles out. Anyway, Darren Hawkins saying Piroux has been pretty average since we signed him. Yeah, he certainly has. He scored 14 goals last season. Let's not forget that. That's pretty decent. And considering he was in and out of the team and wasn't always like starting, pretty good considering that Patrick Bamford, in our promotion-winning season under Bielsa, only hit 14 goals in total. So pretty good considering Peru was in and out of the team. But it's like he still doesn't quite fit what's going on here. And Lockie and Jer, who are more sort of tactically astute than I am, have said that basically he would be better in a 2 up front. But that's not really going to happen at Leeds because of the way that we play football. So he's kind of a bit of a, what do you call it, like a spare part at the moment at Leeds. And it's interesting to see how he's going to Farker, that is, try and squeeze him into the system. Chelsea Watmore saying, I hate Leeds, but I love Manchester United and Huddersfield. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. It's weird that, because you've got 3 teams that Leeds hate. You've got Chelsea, which is your actual name, and Leeds hate Chelsea. You've got Man United and Huddersfield. Not that we really care that much about Huddersfield, because they're like pretty irrelevant. Troll party tonight, yeah. Don't know why. It's not actually been any Sheffield Wednesday fans. We've not had any owls in here hooting at us. Players heading back out onto the pitch now, by the way. Remember as well, if the stream goes off around the 60th minute and just goes black, just give me a minute and I will be back. Don't leave. Don't run away. But that being said, Leeds players are all heading back out onto the pitch now. Leeds Alfie saying we're 100% getting better. Yeah, I think it's been an actual decision to go forward more in this game. And hopefully we see that more as the second half is about to kick off now. Referee checking both goalkeepers are happy, looking to the managers, and blows his whistle. We are off for the second half. I thought that, Chewy, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I don't want to promote gambling. Definitely more positive, Goz is saying, yeah. I want to see the weird creature that's haunting Max in the study. What, do you mean the bug that I saw before? You've remembered that for a long time. Yeah, we are playing in yellow. We're playing in that nice away kit. We couldn't play in the new third kit because it's pretty much blue, and they play in blue and white stripes. Do they play in white with blue stripes, or do they play in blue and white stripes? Because the white is wider than the blue. Anyway, existential questions and philosophical quandaries aside, let's get back to the football. Here's Bogle. Oh, I would imagine that Martin Cook appreciated some of the vocabulary there as a former poet. Here's Jaden Bogle. Gives the ball back to Joe Rodon, and now Bogle gets it again and gives it to Ampadu. Leeds 7 shots, 2 on target, 14 touches in the opponent's box. A lot more positive from the Leeds United players. Here's Gruev, who chips that one forward. Chested away by the Sheffield Wednesday defender there. And that's going to be a free kick now for Firpo, kicking the, I think it's Valentin, the right back. I tell you what, you don't realise how much talking takes a toll on you until you commentate on a game for 90 minutes. Yeah. Oh, bollocks, I pressed the wrong button. So I'm going to have to try and cue that up in a minute. Ball comes in from the, or tries to come in, it's bouncing around a little bit. Bogle tries to get rid of it, and now Dan James can. It's going to be a throw-in. I was meant to put the lineup on the screen for CB, which is there, and I accidentally clicked the timer, so I'm going to have to sort the timer out. So I'll let you see that, and then I'll sort the timer out to try and get it back up to the right place. Ball on the edge of the box here for Sheffield Wednesday. Now Gruev can come away with it. Mateo Joseph tries to play a ball down the line. Here's Dan James. Dan James is through on goal here. Dan James closing down on the goalkeeper. Chips it past the goalkeeper. 2-0. Dan James makes it 2-0. Come on. Great finish from him. It was such a weird finish. It looked like it was hit so gently, but it just kind of flopped over the goalkeeper and rolled into the back of the net. Again, great counter-attack. Great move. Great goal. Dan James gets his first of the season. Well done, Leeds. Fantastic. I don't even know what happened to Mateo Joseph there. They're saying it's a huge slice of luck or something. So what happened here? Leeds won the ball back through Firpo. Now, Gruev, here's Mateo Joseph. No, it wasn't a light slice of luck. It was a fantastic pass from Mateo Joseph. That's what it was. Now I remember. And Dan James, what a weird finish. Watch the finish here. It looks like he's going to chip it, and he just kind of like... It just kind of gently bounces over the goalkeeper. Really good finish in the end. Sits the goalkeeper down and puts it in the other corner. Really, really good. The screen's going to go black. I'm just going to change the second half timer to make it line up properly with the... Oh, sorry, actually. Wait. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Someone just got a yellow card. I'm not sure who. Just going back to the right time now. Sorry about this. I don't know how to get a better timer in OBS. It's very irritating. You have to get them as an asset. There we go. That's bang on. Should be. Oh, everything's happening at once. Ah! There you go. Subscribe. There's the lineup. All that good stuff. Leeds are 2-0 up. That's all that really matters. Oh, that's why you called Munchy Toy. Because you're cuddling the dog. Sounds like a dog toy. That was the joke there. Not great. Not my best work. Let's pretend it never happened. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Need that Men in Black device, don't you? There you go. Forget that ever happened. That terrible joke. Anyway, should we talk about the football? Bogle flicks it backwards there. And it's actually gone back towards Leeds' goal, but it's going to be an offside anyway, and it's going to be Leeds to get a free kick and safe possession again now that we are 2-0 up. Really good goal there. Really good pass there from Mateo Joseph into Dan James. Well, I'll tell you what, if Mateo Joseph can't get on the score sheet, he can get a couple of assists. I don't know if that'll account, because, for the first goal, Mateo Joseph kind of got tackled and it went back to Brendan Aronson. Will that count as an assist? I think it should. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Here's Gruev coming forward with it. Plays it down the line to Junior Firpo. Firpo inside here to Nonto. Cleared down the line, though, by Sheffield Wednesday, and it's going to go out there for a Leeds throw-in. BBC has both as Joseph assists. Well, that's good to hear. Was it James that got a yellow card there? It looked like it was Ampadu on the replay. Who knows? Here's Strauch. Now Gruev. Do you know what would be nice? If we could bring on Largi Ramazani late on in this game and just give him a little bit of a run out. Nonto comes out to press, does so well there. Tackles the player, and it's going to be a throw-in in the right-back position for... Bug. Big bug flying around my office. Hopefully I can catch that at some point. Release it back into the wild. I don't know where it is. Ball's going to be thrown down the line now. Mateo Joseph can get that one back. Now Ampadu back to Nonto. Mateo Joseph. Now Nonto again. Good little turn from him. Tries to poke it back to Joseph, but Bannon picks it up. Uses all his 400 years of experience to win that one back. And now Valentin can come down the line, but good tackle there from Ampadu and Gruev. Here's Gruev again, sorry, as he comes forward. Mateo Joseph's gone beyond him, and now Brendan Aronson. Back, though, to Junior Firpo, and then forward again to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu now drops it back off to Rodon. I'm hoping that bug doesn't just, like, land on my head at some point and I don't notice, and you can all just see it there on my head, eating my brain or something. I mean, that might be slightly far-fetched, but who knows? They can come forward with it again here, Sheffield Wednesday, and Dan James does so well to get his body in front of the midfielder and get pushed over and win Leeds a free kick. Yeah, he just gets his body in front there, Dan James, and gets pushed over really, really well. Really well done by him to win Leeds the ball back when it was actually a Sheffield Wednesday counter-attack that was happening. Here's Rodon. It's on my head, no. Dan James pulled back there, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Not far outside the box here, actually. Potentially Gruev territory. Wait, hold on. Maybe that was a while ago. I was looking around a little bit. His Strauch. Now Ampadu. Here's Brendan Aronson, who turns well. He's lost the ball there, though, and now they can come forward with it again. Here's Barry Bannon. Yeah, well, we're actually winning Munchie Toy, so it's we can allow ourselves to be a little bit more giddy. Moves Masaba. Now Bannon. Back again to that other midfielder bloke. Back down the line again. Dan James helping Bogle out there and forcing them to go backwards towards Bannon. Again, back to the centre-backs now. Bonjour, Simon. Ball potentially coming into the box here from Wednesday, but away by Rodon really well. Bogle fighting there with Musaba, and he's actually given away a free kick, and I don't think there's any chance that that was a free kick. Need the third goal? Yeah. I would like to see Leeds get a third just for a bit of security. Let's have a look. What did Bogle really do here? Yeah, I don't think that was a free kick. Bonjour Simon, comment ça va? Chance for a free kick to come in here. Ball whipped in towards the near post, headed away by Strauch really well there. Here's Bannon who picks it up again. Down the wing. Attempting to get it down the other side. Here's Valerie. Tries to get the ball in the box. Melier punches well this time. Bannon tries to win it back though. Can Leeds get away with the ball? Here's Nonto into Dan James, and now Aronson comes forward. Aronson's going to be fouled there. Oh, his referee says he's got the ball. I'm not sure there. I think that was a foul. Here they are again. Lowe tries to put it right across the box, and it's gone wide there, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, I want to have another look at that I want to have another look at that challenge on Aronson there. Could Aronson have released it earlier regardless? I think he might have been able to, you know. I think it might have been a foul, you know, on Aronson as on that counter-attack and potentially a yellow card. But either way, here come Leeds forward again with... oh, what a touch there from Mateo Joseph, and then his second touch is terrible. Fantastic first touch, terrible second touch. Leeds have won the ball back, though. Terrible pass by the Wednesday defender, and it goes straight to Nonto. Here's Jaden Bogle. Back across to Rodon. Where was that other midfielder bloke on the Sheffield Wednesday team sheet? Just next to Bannon, I think. I think that's what it says. It's all hyphenated, that other midfielder bloke. Here's Strauch. Chipped ball forwards towards Mateo Joseph, who's battling against the defender. The defender's fallen over here, and Mateo Joseph would have been in on goal, but it's actually going to be... it's actually going to be a free kick there for a foul from Mateo Joseph, which I don't really think it was, you know. Let's have a look. He was onside. He's running through. Now, I think he just runs in front of Mateo Joseph and falls over. He's lucky there, the defender, to get away with that, I think. It must be Justin. I've never understood that. Having a sponsor like that at the top of the back of the shirt makes it look like it is their names. It's really weird. Did you... Like, obviously, people are watching the replay of that Dan James goal there. Did you see that Nonto was calling for it? Why was Nonto calling for it when he was miles behind the play and there was no chance he was gonna get there? Here's Melier. Out to Rodon, who lets it run past him and then gives it to Bogle. Gets it back again. Here's Rodon again into Brendan Aronson. Tries to get it down the line, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in on the halfway line. Good little bit of play there for Leeds to play out of that pressure from Sheffield Wednesday. That might be a little bit complex for me, Simon. Does that mean je vois que beaucoup? Je vois que beaucoup. Parler français means I speak French. Something about speaking French, and merci à vous means thank you and you. So I'm just unsure about je vois que beaucoup. Nice shot of a fella losing a battered fish. I think it was a pie, you know. I think it was half a pie that fell off. He's saying he's glad you speak lots of French. Ah. You can see that Daniel Farker is giving Strauch some words of advice there, telling him where to go, where to drop deep. And funnily enough, that doesn't look like something a tactically inept manager would do. Give a player instructions and tell him exactly when he wants him to drop deep, and where he wants him to go, where the players want to rotate around. That seems strange, doesn't it? I don't think a tactically inept manager would do that. Simon saying, finally a day of football where we are in front. Aronson returns to Leeds very, very strong. I'm happy for James. More goals to be totally liberated. Yeah, I do think we need to score again to try and really be a little bit more confident going into this last half an hour. I know, Chewy, it's one of my better qualities, my subtlety. Here's Wilfred Nonto. Now, Ilya Gruev. If we signed Ilan, that's a great ball there towards Bogle, but he can't quite get on the end of it. if we signed Ilan Kabal, we'll have Ilan Melier, Ilya Gruev, and Ilan Kabal all in the same team. Ilan, and Ilya. I don't think we've got anybody else with a name that sounds anything like that. It's going to be a throw in here from Sheffield Wednesday. It goes backwards. Again, Leeds press is able to try and get the ball away from them there, but eventually they squeeze it back to the goalkeeper. And then a long ball from them. He's going to go out for a throw, and it's going to be a Leeds throw now. No, I can't see any signs of a Leeds substitution at the moment, although, to be honest, who do you really bring on from that bench? You bringing on Alex Cairns up front? I mean, you could bring on Joel Peru up front rather than the number 10. It's not as bad of a move, but I haven't really got any people who are going to come on and see the game out, have we really? I mean, you could bring on Rothwell, but he's more of an attacking option, I would say. Not sure, really. Robin Gill getting the old tinfoil hat on. Goals 24, 48, so the next one will be 72. Well, maybe it's not the tinfoil hat, actually. It's more your maths cap, your thinking cap. That's got an S on the end of it, Robert Wetzel. Thank you very much. Maths. Thrown into the box. Oh, that could have been the header there from Sheffield Wednesday just past the post, and Ilan Melier could have really hurt himself on that post there. I don't even think he knows where he's going, the defender there. I think it cannons off the back of his head and then just goes wide. Melier could have easily cracked his head off that post. Do you know what? I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often, people running into posts, people hitting their heads on the post and stuff like that. Thankfully, it doesn't happen more often, but I am surprised it's not more of a common thing. Here's Ilya Gruev. He has to use his right foot there, and that shows how bad it is. He was way behind Rodon. Now Rodon can clear it. But again, picked up here by Sheffield Wednesday. They're trying to have a little bit of dominance here, and the ball, Junior Firpo cuts it out really well, and Ampadu can play a nice ball out to Nonto. Drops it off for Gruev. Now forward to Mateo Joseph, who plays another ball wide for Dan James. Can he keep that one in? And I think he can here. Here's Dan James out on the right-hand side, looking for options. He's got Gruev on the edge of the box. Should have played it to him earlier. Here is Dan James, still with the ball. Down the line now to Jayden Bogle, who crosses the ball in towards the back post. Firpo slips over, and it bounces past him, and it's going to be a throw-in in the end on the opposite side. Jeff Biss saying, what do I think of Farke? Seems to come back. He seems to come back when done and get the best out of players. What do you mean? He seems to come. When down, he gets the best out of the team. Yeah, I just think it was a bad game against Middlesbrough. The Portsmouth game wasn't horrendous. The West Brom game wasn't awful in terms of we didn't concede a load of goals or anything. I think he's just building up to it, and now Brendan Aronson's putting Mateo Joseph inside the box, but he can't quite get on that, and it's going to be... Mateo Joseph does so well to keep the ball in there. Well done, Joseph. And I think he's just trying to build it up to it a little bit, and he's had to switch things around a lot, and hopefully this is the start of a good run going forwards. The last time we played against Sheffield Wednesday, we won 2-0, and that was their last defeat, actually. So if we can cap it off with another nice 2-0 win, that'll be good. Mateo Joseph, 5 touches in the box this match. 4 for Wilfred Nonto, 2 for Brendan Aronson on the Leeds side of things. Here's Pascal Strauch now. Out wide to Jayden Bogle, and then back again to Joe Rodon. Here's Jayden Bogle charging forward yet again, tries to play the ball through. Here's Mateo Joseph, who shoots and just blazes it into the crowd, into the away end, and you can see the Leeds fans are clapping him, trying to G him up a little bit, trying to cheer him on, show him that it doesn't matter too much, keep going, and then you'll score the next one. He looked really sad and disappointed that he'd missed that there. It's a decent strike. He's just snatched at it. That's what he's done. He's taken it early, which is good, but he's just gone bang and just hit it as hard as he could and just actually blasted it over the bar. he gets himself into good positions, but he just needs to ensure that he just needs to ensure that he finishes one. And he looked so disappointed there. So let's hope that his head doesn't drop and he keeps getting in those positions, because all you can do is keep getting in those positions over and over again, and it will come for you. It will score. You will score. Sorry. Here comes Sheffield Wednesday trying to come forward again. Bit of a shaky pass there, and Leeds can get into position now. Hi, Rob. Rob Bailey in the chat. Welcome, Rob. Been a while. Hope you're doing okay, mate. Joseph has a number 9 style that I like, apart from his finishing lately. Yeah, I do think he gets in very good positions. The runs he makes, and I've said this before, the runs he makes are excellent. Just needs to get his shooting boots on, and he'll be flying. But that was a really good chance there. He just needs to not snatch at it. He's just blasted it over the bar. He's done that thing where he thinks put as much power as he humanly possibly can on it. He's just got to try and put it in the back of the net and get his head over the top of the ball. Good touch there from Jayden Bogle. Feints to go right and goes left inside. And now Nonto, it's a terrible touch, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in anyway. Looks like some substitutes coming on for Sheffield Wednesday here. Windass, I think he's going off. Can't wait to see Strauch score from a corner, please. Tell you what, you've got to give Strauch his credit. He gets on the end of so many corners. He gets a header on so many of them. But he's got no idea what direction they're going in, has he? But you've got to think, just probability-wise, one of them's got to go in the direction of the goal at some point. They can't keep coming off the corners of his head, because, of course, his head is a 50p piece. You've got to expect one of them to go in the net at some point. And I think, what did he say? 120 corners before at the start of the game. I think they said 120 corners. And none of them have gone in for Leeds. Here's Dan James, chance to play the ball to Mateo Joseph. Here is Mateo Joseph on the edge of the box now, with a chance to maybe shoot. He does shoot, saved away by the goalkeeper. Back out here to Brendan Aronson, who loses out, but Leeds can pick it up through Jayden Bogle. Here's Bogle, but headed away by Bannon. Now Gruev comes and helps him out, and now Jayden Bogle tries to play it back across. Again, a bit of a lazy pass, just put a bit more concentration on that. Here's Dan James, now Gruev. Dan James inside the box. Can he play it? Oh, great ball out to Brendan Aronson, who crosses that one in, headed away again. Now here's Dan James. Aronson out on the right-hand side. Here's Ampadu now. Strauch with the ball down the line. So glad I got an Aronson stinky cheese all those years ago. It's going to pay off. That I genuinely have no idea what that means, Rob. Is that a type of cheese? Here's Strauch. Oh, sorry, not Strauch. Firpo is past just. Oh, a jersey. All right, I see what you mean. Yeah. I've got him on the back of one of my shirts. I forgot about that. It was a good shout, Rob. I've got him on the back of one of my shirts, and I thought it was a terrible decision. And hopefully this season he redeems it, and I can wear that shirt again. Although it is the yellow and blue tie-dye one, so it's not the most pretty shirt in the world. Ball down the left-hand side here. Substitute trying to get the ball in the box. Actually, no, I don't think it is the substitute. Bogle misses out that challenge there. It's dropped out to the edge of the box, but it's behind the player here, and now they have to go down the right-hand side, Sheffield Wednesday. Chance for them to get the ball in the box. Headed away by Strauch. Mateo Joseph challenges for it outside the box. But they've still got the ball here, Sheffield Wednesday, and now a long ball out wide. It's a really good switch, actually, and now Bogle has to go out and deal with Masaba, but the ball comes across the box and goes out for a Leeds goal kick. I think the substitute, Ugbo, just fell over there. No one really touched him. Justin saying I've Bamford on the back of the tie-dye one. I've gone with the blank shirt since. Yeah, I'd always gone with nothing on the shirts, but then I was convinced by Aronson that he was going to be the Medford Messi. I was convinced that he was going to be amazing, and I thought, do you know what? I never get a name on the back of the shirt, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get Aronson. Then he scored that goal against Chelsea. I was at that game, and he rounded the goalkeeper and scored, and I was absolutely buzzing. And then after that, it kind of all went wrong for him. But hopefully he redeems himself this year in the Championship. Flying across there for a Leeds... what is it? Is that a goal kick? Yeah, the no-look finish where the goalkeeper fluffed his lines, didn't he? Don't know whether... how is that a goal kick? The player came flying in. I went on an Adams jersey, yeah. That's why you never get player names. And that's why I never did before, but I've learnt my lesson again. I had to be retaught that lesson. Here's Ugbo as he tries to come forward with it, but Strauch uses his body so well and pokes it back to Ampadu, and then Ampadu, unorthodox, but manages to get rid of it. Maybe not fully, though. Now Strauch can play it back to Meslier, who can just lump that one forward. Leeds weathering a little bit of pressure here, but Mateo Joseph, what hold-up play that is to back into the player and take it down with your knee. Oh, see, that's where you want someone to be positive. Aronson should have played that ball forward for Bogle to run onto then. I would have loved to see that. Here's Rodon. I haven't noticed a huge drop-off. A little bit of a drop-off since we scored the goal, but not a massive one in terms of how positive that we're being. So that's a good thing about this game. Gruev. Now Strauch. Here's Ampadu. Plays that ball forward. Here's Firpo now. Now Gruev. To be fair, Clive, a haircut's one thing that can grow out, isn't it? Whether your shirt, you've kind of paid for it and it's done then, isn't it? And you're like, oh, can't wear that anymore. Here's Mateo Joseph. Good little feet there to get the ball to Nonto. Now Dan James inside the box. Dan James looks to shoot. Good save by the goalkeeper, by Beadle there, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. This is what look. This is when Strauch gets his header. I'm calling it now. Strauch header 3-0. Strauch header 3-0. Come on. He's at the back post. He's going to make a run towards the front post and head it in. Come on, Strauchy boy. It's a lot of pressure though, Simon, isn't it? Or Simon, to put on Crew in a situation like this. Yeah, that was a terrible corner. It went nowhere near Strauch, so that's my prediction out the window. His Nonto playing it all the way back to Meslier, who actually has to... Actually, no, he's not. It's a terrible pass, but Bogle goes and gets it. And now here's Joe Rodon, Welsh international, playing it out wide to Strauch. Future Dutch or Belgian or Luxembourg international. That's going to be a pull on Wilfred Nonto and a free kick to Leeds. Evening, Richo. Welcome to the stream. 116 people in the chat and only 89 likes. We only need 11 to get it up to 100, and then I'll shut up about it. So anyone new, make sure you just like the stream, because it really helps me to get the stream pushed out to more people, because the more people like it, the more it gets pushed out and suggested to people. So that would really be appreciated if we could get that up to 100, and then I promise I'll shut up about it. The members are usually good at asking people as well. He's been in Dutch squads. I don't think he's been in first team Dutch squads, you know. Not off the top of my head. Ampadu's ball forward there was a little bit hopeful, shall we say. That's going to be Rodon to win that one back. Plays it down the line to Dan James. Dan James tries a second flick, but this time it flicks it against his own foot and puts it out for a throw-in. That's going to be another Leeds throw-in now. This time he's going to let Ampadu take it. Still no substitutes from Leeds. I'm not entirely sure we need to make substitutes, but sometimes you do need to give players a little bit of a rest. Here's Firpo. Now Nonto just tries to back into his player, but doesn't quite get there. He needs to go to the ball a little bit there instead of waiting for it to come to him, because another player running at speed is always going to take that off you. Here's Strauch. Back to Ilan Melier now, and Rodon can take it out. Bogle into Ampadu, plays that one into... Tries to play it into Mateo Joseph, but Ampadu, great feet there. Oh, come on. Is it offside? What's the problem? Hey, we've hit 100 likes. Thanks, everybody. I bet you're glad you did now, Munchie. I bet you are glad you did now. Lowe is coming off, Ingleson's coming off, and Smith and Palmer are coming on. And I think he is related, isn't he, to Carlton Palmer? Is it his son? Simon Hooper doing a dance just to justify it. The Simon Hooper dance. Instantly means it's allowed to be a free kick. If he was like a playing card, it would be like Simon Hooper dance. It would be his special move. Give a free kick in any direction. Mateo Joseph trying to battle for that one as the Sheffield Wednesday player goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Yeah, you see, that's what we like to see. Thanks, Chewy. Flying the Leeds Lately flag. Here's Bannon, who's dropped back into centre-back to pick the ball up. I think I almost have like a separate audience for the live streams and the videos. I see a lot, quite a few of you in the comments of the videos, but there's a lot of people who just love the live streams and come in for that rather than the videos. Here's Bannon. Inside now, and can Leeds win the ball back? They can through Ethan Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu into Nonto. Nonto tripped there. Leeds can carry on though. Oh, don't go backwards, Nonto. Oh, he doesn't. He does a 360 spin and comes forward with it. He's still going here, Nonto. And now he wins a free kick, and Leeds can come forward with the ball. If you want, Justin. Oh, maybe, yeah, that's fair as well, to be fair. People saying they do watch the videos but not comment, which is fair enough. That makes sense. Well, 10 minutes to go in this one, or 9.5 minutes to go in this one, plus whatever it is. There's plenty of time left for Leeds to potentially get a third goal. Hopefully not concede one. A nice clean sheet would be good. Get rid of the bug. I thought Bannon had just put it in the top corner from about 35 yards then. Rob Bailey saying, honestly, I'm getting video fatigue. Between Connor and Joe basically spamming YouTube with Leeds content, it's getting beyond a joke. To be fair, you don't really have to watch it. For Joe, it's his full-time job, so he needs to do as much content as possible to make a living. So that's absolutely fair enough. I'd never spoke to Connor. I haven't ever been on his channel particularly to watch anything, so I don't really know how often. But I just upload a 10-minute video every day, because that's the only way. That's the only problem with YouTube, really, as I suppose as a whole, is that you have to post every day for your channel to grow. You've seen how, look, Jer's on 50,000 subscribers because he's posted every day consistently, and he's been so good at doing it, and he's gained all those subscribers from it because that's what the algorithm pushes out: consistency, posting at the same time every day. Whereas I tried to do once or twice a week and stuff, and it just, look how much I've been left behind in terms of subscribers compared to the other lot. You see, like, Ollie's on like 17,000, Jer's on 50,000, Joe's on 30,000, all those people are on loads more subscribers than I am, because I haven't posted as much. So since I've been posting every day for the last like 35 odd days about transfers and things like that, my channel's grown way more than it would have done usually. I'm on like 8,260 now, when I was asking for 8,000 for ages. But yeah, it's annoying, because it's literally the only way to actually grow yourself. So I have to try and do as much as possible. Anyway, Joel Peru's about to come on. But yeah, of course, yeah, it's like, I suppose it's just for people to dip in and out of, isn't it, really? Like, you don't have to watch every video. And I know you're not saying that you do, but especially when it's like transfers and stuff, to be fair, on mine, because it's like we've been linked to this new player and people are like, well, who's this guy? I've never heard of him. So then I'll do that for you, do the research, so that you can then watch a 10 to 15 minute video whilst you're having a brew or whatever, and you can learn about that player and go, oh yeah, I would like to sign them or whatever, just because it's interesting to know about what potential signings there are and stuff. Anyway, Firpo heads that one, and it's going to actually be a Leeds throw-in, because it came off the back of somebody's head there, so it's just a throw into Leeds. That's, to be fair, Rob, that's why I try not to watch other people's videos, because I don't want to be influenced by what they've made. Because even subconsciously, sometimes you take on board points that other people have made, and then you end up rehashing them in your video. So I try to not watch anybody else's video, so I don't have that influence on me, and I just have a look at the player, do the research I want to do, statistics, have a little watch of some clips, see how I think they'll play, and then I make my video, and then maybe afterwards I might watch somebody else's video and go, oh, I'll see what Lockie thought of this guy. But that's why I never watched them before, because I try to make mine exactly what I think with no influences from outside. Then you kind of get that honest opinion from me, and the little bit more of like the tactical analysis side of things. Anyway, back to the football. Here's Nonto. Firpo gets wiped out there. That's a yellow card there, I think, for the defender. Could be worse, given how high up he went in. Yellow card there for the defender. Yeah, definitely deserve that. It's a hard yellow. One that they call a hard yellow, isn't it? Dominic Iorfa. Cheers, Rob. Hinchcliffe thinks it was fine. Ooh. Nah, it's poor, that. You can't go in like that. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's what makes it a little bit more unique sometimes, Justin, as well. The fact that I'm the only one who just whips out a tactics board when I want to explain something. I don't do it as often as I probably should, but to be honest, a lot of those videos don't do as well as some of the other ones. Talking about a player and stuff, some of the actual tactics video doesn't tend to do as well. Like when I did a tactical preview of the Portsmouth game, only about 800 people watched it. Ugbo comes forward here though for Sheffield Wednesday, coming inside the box now. He's Musaba, back to Ugbo. Good save in the end by Melier. Easy save, but it was a good save. Robert Wetzel, the white tactics board with magnet slays. Yeah, there's kind of a niche following for it. If that 800 was about 1,000 for a tactical preview, if that 800 was about 1,000 for the tactical preview, it'd be so much more worthwhile. Like, it just looks better on the channel, doesn't it? Saying 1K rather than 873 views or whatever. No, I don't think Andrea does do his own channel, but he is on. He's got his fingers in lots of pies, different things he does in Italy. I think he does coaching for basketball and football, and he does all sorts of things and appears on podcasts and loads of different stuff. Joe Rothwell's getting ready to come on for Leeds, by the way. Yeah, exactly, Tim. That's what I mean. Like, people don't have time to look around and pull all those things together. And because I'm gaining subscribers and because I like researching footballers. I do it for you, and then you can have to have a look at it. Yeah, I think Andrea is on some sort of TV show, and he does loads of different things. Rothwell is coming on now for Wilfred Gnonto, so a little bit more of a defensive, thing. I didn't know you had a channel, Chewy. I'll check it out at some point. Oh yeah, I could just press go to channel. Oh, dash cam things with people, idiot drivers. Yeah, keep posting them. I think people will. People like watching them, especially if you're in the background going, "You idiot!" when someone pulls out on you. I always laugh at them. The very Britishness of the swearing when someone pulls out on someone is always enjoyable to hear. Foul there on a Sheffield Wednesday player, and it's going to be a free kick about halfway inside the Leeds half, out on the right-hand side. So yeah, Emmett's talking about man of the match. In the first half, for me, I would have said it would. I would have said it was Brendan Aronson in the first half. He dropped off a little bit in the second half, and I do think Gnonto's been good throughout. Mateo Joseph's been decent, got a good assist. Dan James, I think, has been really good, instrumental in 2 of the goals. It's a curled ball in. Oh, I think Gruev's just received a little bit of a knock in the back of the head there. He's gone down here. This doesn't look that good. This might be a bit of a concussion situation for Ilya Gruev. Oh, it's actually Joe Rodon who elbows him in the temple there, which is not a pleasant thing to happen. Ball coming into the box now from this corner. Cleared away there by Strauch, I think it was in the end. Very positive and proactive defending for him on that corner. Rob saying poor old Rodon, he can't get through a game without violence. Yeah, even against his own players. Although, is it poor old Rodon or is it poor old everybody else around him because he's a danger to society? He's either hurting himself or hurting others. Chance for Crew to come on. Yeah, it could have been. I was thinking that, but Gruev seems to be up and about again. Here's Dan James picking that one up, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Ooh, can he take it quickly? No, Piru made a run. Do you know what would really suck now? And whilst it swings and roundabouts, and if Piru went up the pitch now and scored when he's only been on for like 8 minutes, or in total he'll have only been on for like 8 minutes, you'd feel really sorry for Mateo Joseph, but then also you'd be like, well, Peru can still score a goal. Like, we're not going to be annoyed at him for scoring. Strout gets through looking like he's off to a photo shoot. Rodon looks like he's just completed a UFC fight. Yeah, that's about the long and short of it, isn't it? Strout never even hardly makes a slide tackle, whereas Rodon's flying around all over the place. More substitutions from Leeds then, just as we're about to take this throw in. Sam Byram's going to come on, and so is Joe Joffe Gelhardt. Tony asking, has Joseph played well? Yeah, he got a very, very good assist. You'll see that on the highlights when it comes out. He got a very good assist for Dan James's goal, the second goal in the game, and overall he's been pretty good. He's got himself in some good positions, and I think at times he just needs to try and finish things off a little bit better, not snatching at things so much. So Dan James and Brendan Aronson are coming off, and Sam Byram and Joe Gelhardt are coming on. Not really sure where that puts us positionally. Is Sam Byram going to play on the left-hand side or what? Or is Sam Byram going to play in the number 10? Actually, do you know what? I think Rothwell's gone in the number 10 again, and now Joffy's gone out to the left-hand side. But again, Rothwell's not a number 10, which is why, like I said, when Aronson comes off, you need Ilan Cabal or somebody of his ilk to be that other number 10. Because playing Rothwell in there, to me, is not really an option. No, I think Peru's still up top. Good ball down the line. Sky giving it to Joseph. Yeah. It's probably not a good idea, Justin. Please don't do that, because I think that can get people's channels banned. So please don't. It doesn't really help, to be honest, getting extra likes without people actually watching the video properly. Just makes the it makes the watch time go down, which is bad for the algorithm. You want your watch time to be as high as possible. So if people just join the video, like it, and then leave again, it's not very good for the channel. And as well, it's actually more about views than subscribers in terms of being pushed out to more people, how much you earn, and all that sort of thing. It's more about I'm pretty sure that was Jay from Ought to Know Better I just saw in the crowd. But yeah, anyway, Firpo gets to take this throw in now. Only about 20 seconds left. How many extra minutes? It's 4 extra minutes, but we're about 6 seconds left. Oh, I can see the bug. You won't be able to see it because it's so dark on the wall, but it's literally up there. I didn't realise that I thought you were winding me up, but it actually has been just flying around my office whilst I've been doing this. There goes the final whistle. 2-0 to Leeds United. Accomplished, strong, good performance. Back at it again. New signing in the stands. More positive. Thanks everybody for joining me. The match reaction is going to get pushed out to 12 p.m. tomorrow. So if you want my more detailed thoughts on it, then go and watch that tomorrow. It's getting pushed back because I uploaded a video today, and if you upload 2 videos in one day, that's also bad for the algorithm. Tell you what, this algorithm's bloody hard work, isn't it? But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Enjoyable game of football. Enjoyable stream. No crashes from the computer. Everything's gone swimmingly. So I hope you all have a really, really good bank holiday weekend. Yeah, plenty more content to hit that like button and the subscribe button for. So thanks for watching Leeds Lately. My player of the match was Brendan Aronson, I think, for me. I think he played very well. I mean, any of those front line, you could have said. But yeah, perfect night, as Chewy Backer says. Thanks, everybody, so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.